And today we're going to be covering our static code analysis capabilities within the Flowsum release management solution. There are a few different ways that we can handle this. So first of all, what is static code analysis? Once you write your code, the static analysis happens after it's been written and committed to a branch or into Flowsum, and it can return the list of defects for you. So it helps you improve the quality of your code at various points within the lifecycle. So what are some of the advantages of static code analysis? It can find weaknesses in the code and tell you exactly where they are, which component they're located in, and how you can go about addressing them. It's a quicker turnaround time for fixes. So instead of waiting until you deployed all the way to production to do some of these checks, you can do it as an earlier step and save yourself time later down the road. There are automated tools that can scan your entire code base to make sure that you're following your specific setup and what you mandate internally. Automated tools can also provide mitigation recommendations, reducing the time it takes you to find a resolution for your problems. And last but not least, it permits weaknesses to be found earlier in the development lifecycle, reducing the cost. So kind of the shift left mentality. If you can detect something in your dev orgs before it gets to production, it's much easier to fix and much less costly. Having said that, what is shifting left? Shifting left is a strategy where DevOps and security start working together, and it allows you to start implementing security best practices, coding best practices, and other best practices very early in your life cycle to enable you to make sure that by the time you get to production and your end customers are using it, it's the way you want it to be from a security standpoint and from a coding standpoint. So now we'll jump into our demo of how Flowsum handles static code analysis within our release management tool. So I'm logged into my Flowsum org right now, and there's a couple things that we can set up. If I go into the settings tab, we have a section specifically for code quality. What you can do here is set up exactly what you want to scan. So you can say, I want this to happen every time a commit is made into a branch. And you can select Apex classes, pages, and triggers are the component types that you want to review. You can select to run all of the rules that are available, specific rules, or if you have a custom set of rules, you can upload that XML as well to make sure that you're meeting your requirements and mandates for code quality. You can also set it to run on a scheduled interval, weekly or monthly on specific days, and what time you want that to run. So one of the things that we can do, if I go into my branches and I'm going to clone one and make a new branch, because I have it set up to run automatically, if I merge this branch, and we'll call this one our static code branch. As soon as this branch is created, Flowsum will call out to the external code quality tool, whether that's Apex PMD, Checkmarx, SonarQube, or any other tool that you might be using, and will automatically start that code quality scanning. As you can see here, this branch was just created, and the first thing that we did was run the code review against it. So if I go into my code quality tab now, we can see that there were some issues found. If we click on view the report, it's going to bring up a new tab and will actually show us all the problems it found with the components in this branch that we're running the quality check against. We can see not only the number of them, but further down the report, we can see the exact issues. So for the Apex doc, we're missing 2 comments in our test class file, and it tells us exactly where and the priority that Salesforce assigns to them. So this is going against the Apex PMD utility. From here, we can start taking action to clean up our code quality based on not only Salesforce best recommendations, but the recommendations that you may have internally within your company as well. Again, once you're doing this at your dev level, you don't have to worry about it in your higher level org, saving you time on deployments and allowing you to work more effectively and more efficiently. So from a high level, that's really how Flowsum integrates with code quality tools and will allow you to start improving your code quality as far left as possible.
Great, thanks, Toby. Does anybody on the phone have any questions for Toby at all? And I know you've got a couple more slides you want to show. If there are no questions. All right. Toby, want to pull up those? Yep.
Absolutely. So here are the steps you're referring to, Gene. So the integrations that we currently have are with SonarQube, Checkmarks, PMD, and CodeScan. If there's another tool that you're using, we can integrate with that most likely as well.